I'm gonna ping Gid.
To conclude last session, we just murdered a bunch of guys.
Yeah, we did. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of How Did the Sebs Get Here on Ezekiel's Discord server, link in the description, and also using Iron and Blood. Nothing really changed from the other two videos that you've seen, other than the fact that you're probably seeing these a lot more frequently. Hooray! Enjoy the video.
Yeah, we ended the siege of Whiterun.
The fictional siege of Whiterun. Because I'm not sure
Yeah.
if that ever happened.
Regardless, despite taking some fire and being in a little bit of a risky situation, that managed to pay off completely.
Yeah. You and Gaius lost 2 pieces of armor, didn't you?
Yes.
You lost the bicep and
Ties.
Gaius lost...
Or was it chest piece?
No, it was the thigh, yes.
No, I lost the bicep, he lost the chest piece.
And Cain almost got vaporized.
Yep.
Let me ping him real quick and say...
A total... It's a crime you guys haven't checked out JoJo yet.
I'm never gonna watch JoJo. All that I know of JoJo is the Tower Men, and that is because of TTS.
Karstodis, Wamidis, ACDs.
The Custodes.
I'm going
Custodies
to
nuts.
throw away my tea bag. Be right back.
It's going to throw his tea bag. I don't think Cain will be with us today. That's tragedy.
So what happened last time after I left?
The folk here ended the siege of Whiterun by killing a bunch of Stormfolks. And after that,
Sounds
during
about
that
right.
actually, Wilson lost a bicep of his armor. Admiralgaius lost a thigh from his armor. And Cain lost the powers of his helmet, of his time-stopping helmet, because in trade of getting vaporized. It was either that.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, it was very fun for me, as the GM causing this much pain.
I return with my tea bag properly disposed of.
This is
And the
Link.
bin.
Hello,
Compost
Mr.
bin.
Ezekiel. Did I ping the whole server? Did I do a drunk gid? Why are there so many people here?
I sort of started a VC earlier, listening to the druids. There's like 3 guys, and I advertised we're having a session today.
Damn. Fucking... Yeah. What's going on in... Someone told me to check a Discord server I'm in.
No, that's not an image. It's a server that you put in your browser. Something like this if you're watching the stream. Yeah, post it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I did one thing that I needed to briefly do for medieval stasis.
Yeah, do not fear. Oh, balls.
I rolled for tech advancement, which I didn't do for that week. No. All successes. I'll tell you about it afterwards.
And then they opened the door, the gate. Who are our audience today in the stream? Type I in the chat if you're watching the stream, and if you could provide feedback on how it is. Should be at 1440p, 60 FPS. That's ever going to matter on a tabletop game. I'm afraid this is one of those I'm getting stuck at 98 gray screen.
Yes, same here.
Oh, never mind. Here we go.
Okay, so in my case, it's just a matter of waiting.
And start. This is just after you finish the Battle of Whiterun. What did it say?
Okay.
No, shut up. So this is just after the battle of after you've solved the siege of Whiterun. Imperial guards have taken up defensive positions to prepare if the Stormcloaks regroup and come back. But overall, everything is now safe. And Legate Aurelius...
That's not exactly going to... The Stormcloaks regrouping isn't really going to happen, though, due to how we managed to get them in a hammer and anvil attack.
Yeah. But anyway. Legate Aurelius approaches you and begins talking to you, amending you, like congratulating you on how good you were at fending off the siege and all that. And he invites you to go into Whiterun. So follow him.
Yeah.
Excuse me, everyone. Is the stream comprehensible?
Right. At the gate stay... What was his name again? Caius, the leader of the Whiterun Guard. And he tells you to stop! What are you doing? And Legate Aurelius, steps forward, pushes Gid aside, and steps forward and says, I am bringing these fools to the Jarl. Of course, he doesn't say it like that. He doesn't say fools, but you get the point. And they argue a bit. You don't really understand what they're arguing about, because the soldiers are smashing cups of ale together, and there's a big crowd here of Whiterun guards and Imperials talking, and you can't really comprehend from all the chatter. But eventually, Caius gets out of the way, and Aurelius leads you forward, just signaling you with his hand to follow. Right, now we go to the next map, where the fun begins. Wait.
Open the door. Stop having it close.
Shut up.
No, he's gonna load in a new map.
Makes sense.
Did I forget to do this? Hold on. I forgot to add a very important map. Aha, there it is. Good, I did it. I did it, okay. Over here. Yeah, hold on. Only guys load up in there. Okay, good. Go here.
Did you forget Dragon's Reach?
Shut up! Can you see that?
I can see the maps that you have readied up. And if we're
Yeah,
going to
outskirts
meet
of Whiterun,
Oh,
South
you can
Whiterun,
see
North
those?
Solitude, South.
You
Yeah,
can.
I
Oh
see all the
god!
maps.
Damn. I don't know you could see those.
And the
You've always
problem
been
is
able
that
to see those.
that we are going to meet the Jarl, but I can't see a dragon's reach.
I didn't know you could see those. That's the problem. Oh, you can see both north and south. Why can't you?
Well,
Why can't you see those? I no.
You have to, in the settings, set that as such.
Oh god damn it.
oh boy, surely Brush is gonna learn from this blunder.
I can no longer see them. Fantastic. I did my job good. I realized my blunder. Okay, so I forgot to spawn him in. No, that's Talius. I don't want Talius here. Alright, this guy. Nah, that's not him. Now, Caius whispers something into Aurelius's ear, and he like goes up to you a lot, and like tells you, you have to wait around here in the south portion of the town for a bit, so that Caius can go tell the Jarl to prepare, because he was like in his hidey hole, hiding, as Jarls do. Of course, he tells you in a hushed tone, as not to make the citizen nearby hear, because the Jarl
I'm pretty sure
Pardon?
Balgruf was on. I'm pretty sure Balgruf was on his giantess porch talking shit to the besiegers all the time.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that sounds a lot more like Balgrove.
Well, we're gonna go with that as the canon. Just
Yeah.
shouting
He
mad
was too
shit
busy.
at them.
Yeah, he was too busy talking shit, so now now Caius needs to go get him and tell him to stop talking shit to the runners. We've got guests.
Yeah. Anyway. So like Caius tells you to like explore around, maybe talk to some merchants, get yourself some gear from Whiterun, all that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe get
So
your
my first
armor repaired.
Yep, that's my first priority.
Oh
Okay.
boy, sure do hope there won't be a vampire attack right now.
You're thinking like I prepared for anything.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head to this smithy,
Yeah.
basically.
Are all the doors
and
open? Yes. Why are they all?
Yep.
Why are all the doors open? Who opened
Right
all the
click.
doors?
You can lock them with the right click.
Muriel is restless. He needs to restock his arms.
yeah. At any rate, I'm heading to the blacksmith shop, in the south where
Alright.
Aventus's sister works. Of course, obviously, I don't know. My character doesn't know that, but I'm just
All you know is
saying
that
that
it's a
to be
merchant.
on there. It's a blacksmith shop.
Yeah, a merchant. Merchant. He sells stuff. He's a merchant.
Yeah, well, I'm looking to get my armor repaired, so
Alright.
blacksmith is kind of the more key.
You go on into the blacksmith shop. The blacksmith merchant, the guy sitting at the front desk, welcomes you in and asks, "How may I be of service to you today, sir?"
I took some damage in the recent fighting outside of Whiterun, and am looking to have my armor repaired.
Right. He goes up to you, starts inspecting your body, looking in all the crevices, all that good stuff. And he notices and says, "Your bicep is missing. Is that what you want replaced?"
Yes, it is.
"Well, you're gonna have to kill a dragon for that. I don't have any dragon scales or bones laying around to fix that up for you.
Alright, well, I guess that's
I could
that.
give you a temporary replacement as an iron bicep or some other type of bicep if you wish. We recently got a new shipment of some dwarven armor if you want to try that out."
What would be your, as a replacement to action, how, relative to this, how effective would the dwarven armor be?
Well, it's compared to dragon scale armor, it's still very bad, but it can withstand an arrow or two before being weakened enough to be able to be penetrated or dented enough so you have to take it off so it doesn't hurt. But I would say that anything other than dragon scale armor is a direct downgrade, but as goes for temporary replacement, I suggest the Dwemer armor. Since
And
it's
how-
better than iron, and well,
And exactly how much would that cost?
about 200 coin.
All right, you've got yourself a deal.
Right. Do you want the full set,
Tremor armor?
or do you want
Yes.
just the bicep?
Yes, I'll be taking a full set.
Ah, you see, only one piece costs 200.
Ah, so how much for a full set?
A full set would require me bringing up my calculator tablet, which is just a stone tablet that I write numbers on. And let me calculate.
Not an
what-
Well, he'd
abacus.
probably have a sheet of paper.
Yeah, it's a sheet of paper. Just pulls up from his pocket. And let me calculate.
No
Yeah,
abacus?
so you got your feet. Both of those also cost 200. So feet, lower leg, thighs. So far you got 6. You got lower body, you got abdomen, and you got torso. That's 2 more. So 8 so far. Then you got all your arms, again 6. That will be 14 now, and your helmet. That's 15 total pieces of armor, costing about 3,000.
Okay.
It's as much as a house, but Dwemer armor is very, very rare to come across these days, so...
Really?
Especially that the Dwemer no longer want to trade with us. And they've sieged Markarth, so... Hard to get any Dwemer metal
What?
either.
Excuse me, aren't they like extinct for the last 3 eras?
Not in Prussia's
The
version.
Stormcloaks sieged Whiterun at the beginning of the war, Gid. You think I'm going historically accurate with this?
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, that's what the merchant tells you. So for a full set it will cost 3,000, for one piece it costs 200.
Oh yeah, he might
Did
be
that
just
dragon-
gaslighting.
Did that dragon that we killed have only enough parts for the armor that we all got out of it, or do we have like some dragon leather that I could potentially give to him to get the armor repaired? That's something worth asking, especially since we've been dragging around that dragon's skull with the rest of our convoy since the beginning.
Yes.
True.
And a dragon is massive, so I figured I'd ask. Do we have some raw materials that I could give to him to fix my dragon armor?
You could give him the skull. He could strip it of what bone it has that it can turn into a bicep armor, but...
Didn't its head explode or what?
No, that's a different skull from the dungeon, from the burrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Remember that? Yeah.
He wasn't
Oh,
there
I
for the
wasn't
end.
there.
Yeah, but I'm saying from the first dragon that we killed. Did we like use all that in the armor that we got? Or do we still have like some extra pieces that we could potentially use for repairs?
As goes for the actual dragon that you killed,
Yeah.
it would be very little that remained from it. Like maybe some like small bones, some teeth. Not a lot remained after making several suits of armor.
Okay. Yeah, no. Just that armor is far too expensive for what I want. And also, as is stated, is considerably worse. So how much for steel armor?
For steel armor, he tells you that it's about 50 per each piece.
Okay. And how much... I know that it's worse than Dwemer armor, but how much worse is it?
If Dwemer armor could take up to 3 arrows before being too dented, steel armor could take about 2.5. So not
Okay.
extremely bad.
I'm taking... Yeah, okay, I'm taking the steel armor. Just cost for cost, that is far more efficient. I mean, it means I'm spending a quarter of what I would on that, but it's basically about 7/8 as effective. So yeah, I'll take. I tell him I'll take a suit of steel armor.
All right. He tells you it's 750 for a full set. Extends
Yeah,
out his
I
arm
bet.
and expects, like a bag of coins in his hand.
I hand it to him.
Alright, you hand him the bag of coins.
Yep.
And as you do that transaction, one of your company men busts through the door. Wilhelm! Wilhelm! He shouts. We've
Yep.
reached Whiterun! What's with the bloodbath outside?
We recently we were hired to take on an army outside of Whiterun. We fulfilled our end of the bargain. I presume that after we meet with the governor of this town, that we'll presumably getting paid for our services.
Alright, I understand. Just letting you know we're here.
All right.
And he then scurries off. Your company is now with you, officially.
Yep.
Okay, you now have a full set of steel armor at your disposal.
Yeah. So what does that equate to in armor protection?
Good question. I have no idea. I'm going off of arrows because that's the only thing you're probably gonna face off of against that won't just break it instantly. Other than
Yeah.
rocks being thrown at you. So like,
Well, also, I mean, a sword shouldn't be able to penetrate.
yeah, sword's
steel
not
armor,
gonna
at least in the
penetrate it
first hit.
instantly.
Well, if
Yeah,
the
I mean, it's gonna
Dwemer,
bruise in the first 2 hits.
well, if the
So.
Dwemer are still around and they are somewhat advanced, like they were in the Elder Scrolls, they have stream
Great.
pressurized bullets.
Well, great. We've got gunpowder pressurized bullets.
They go what
Yep.
pressurized bullets? Could you repeat?
Steam pressurized bullets.
Alright, that's good to know. I need to furbish up on my lore and then write that down. The Dwemer have weapons.
They are basically like the equivalent of crossbows and ballistas that put steam behind the projectile. So
Yeah, so would you say the armor protection, basically, that's like
It could
a,
withstand a few of those steam-powered bullets.
yeah.
If you were gonna put it up against one of your rifles, it would withstand one before breaking.
Okay,
One
that's...
shot and then on the next it breaks.
Okay.
Nu știu.
So that would be an armor protection of basically 40, given the amount of damage I can do with my gun.
Yeah. Not your gun would just penetrate through it instantly.
Yeah.
Because your gun is like the equivalent of an anti-tank rifle.
Yes, indeed. And I'm quite happy with that, because it makes problems vanish rather quickly.
Alright.
Anti-tank rifle that doesn't do shies with dragons.
Yes, which
Yes.
I'm annoyed by that, because, yeah, I think at the very least the amount of, given how big the bullet that I'm shooting at is, the kinetic force involved in hits should do some damage, if the thing doesn't penetrate.
Dragons just have very good skills of armor. They pumped a lot of skills, skill points into heavy armor.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought dragons would be far smarter than I initially expected them to be.
Well, one of them did get enslaved by the Imperials. If you remember
Womp
Helgen.
womp.
yeah, we remember.
That just conveniently disappears as it fell under attack.
Yeah. Don't read too much into it. Anyway.
Well, just tell me where to aim my literal boomstick, and
I
we'll be
think
good in a
that
jiffy.
the dragon saw the Imperial banner, and it went like, holy shit, that's me! They love me! and like, thank you for the recognition. Can we do anything? Can I do anything for you? Well, those logs are sure as shit in the way. If you could move them, anything for my fans.
Just a really, really like, what's it called when you really love your fans? I believe it's a word for that. Anyway, moving on. So
I
all of
don't
you are
know.
gathered over there, like in the entrance, right? In the entrance zone.
Yep.
Okay. A door bursts open, like straight on the ground, and like a man flies out of it. And out of the home exits a very big fucking what you call it, Draugr, holding like a two-handed axe.
Okay, I'd like to open fire.
You can open
It's a
fire, opportunity of attack.
Yep. Yep, since it's a Draugr, so let's
What did
see.
this die from?
He got thrown into a tree and died of internal bleeding. His spine broke
So
in
that's
two.
going to be 12 plus 20 plus 10. So, let's see here. $42. That's a hit.
That is a hit. Roll me damage.
Let's see here. Give me a sec. $22.
22 damage. You hit him, and the bullet pings off of his armor.
Okay, I'm going to fire again, because revolving rifle.
Alright?
Wait, doesn't it have like a penetrational value too?
Yes, I do. It does have a penetration value. My
And what's
gun...
that?
Yeah, the penetration value is 15.
However, it does knock him back a little bit. I will say that. Continue with your second shot.
Yeah.
It does have
So-
missing pieces of armor on its foot, left thigh, and right arm.
Alright, that's another
That's a
hit.
My interpretation of this is the audience grew restless. We already lost 2 guys. Now, Brother's gonna force an action to retain viewers. Yeah. There's no other way to say it.
You mean force an encounter?
Well, it's just obnoxious that he's throwing a well-armored Draugr with us, because the only sort of thing that will be able to stand up to this damage of the armors that we've seen so far would be Dragon Scale.
I found it interesting that it's flown out from the structure that would otherwise be Bree's home in Skyrim, meaning the player home.
Yeah.
It's the Dragonborn.
Holy shit. That would explain one or two things.
Yeah. Well, at the very least...
Are
you
we
should-
fighting the reanimated corpse of the player characters?
Then we're fucked. I'm pretty sure in the next turn he's going to eat 36 rows of cheese.
Set itself on flame. Also, by the way, everyone, I am incredibly... I'm a big hazard, anyways.
Hey, Prussia is still...
Anyway, I'm back. There was someone in my
Okay.
room. Okay.
Yeah. So I hit and did 17.
What part of the body do you hit after giving you that information?
Yeah, I guess I'd be shooting for its the unarmored part of its leg.
Okay, you shoot its thigh. Half of
Yep.
the it goes through the bone, and as it does, like the previous part of the bone, like the upper part, like falls
Shatters.
down on the lower head. You made just a hole through it. It had such high velocity, and it just cut a hole straight through it, like cartoon style. The top part just fell back on the bottom part, but now they're disconnected.
Okay, yeah. So it shatters, and now the Dragger's on one leg.
Yeah, he's on one leg. He's balancing on one leg. He's managing. He's gonna have a -5 to every control skill that he has to do.
Can I...
Should probably be more than that, especially since it probably will just take one good hit from a melee weapon to knock the bastard over.
Can I run up to him and do a leg sweep with my mighty hammer of Talos?
Sure, go ahead.
Alright.
All of you have one opportunity of attack, considering he just came out of the room.
He has one opportunity of attack.
No, all of
No,
you.
we all do.
All of you.
Alright, alright.
And just for reference, his armor looks oddly similar to yours.
Oh, like the dragon armor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
104.
Go over there and sweep him off his legs.
Alright. And can I bash his head in while he's on the ground?
You can try.
Okay, well,
Yeah, you have to roll me your weapon skill to see if you swoosh him off the ground.
alright.
If you miss and hit the earth, or like somehow aim for his leg and go over his head.
He's gonna harness his inner. Who's that guy from Dead Space again?
Isaac.
Isaac?
But
Yes, he's gonna harness his inner Isaac.
That's a hit, but aren't
That's
you
a hit.
rolling for damage right now?
No, he's not rolling for damage. That I believe wasn't that athletics first? To see if you could run up to him.
I was like 4 meters away. I don't have to run up to him.
Right, he's now prone. He's on the floor.
Right.
Yep.
And that was for the bash skill in. As your axe hits, was it a hammer or an axe?
It was
Hammer.
the mighty hammer of Talos, so it's blunt force damage, so penetration doesn't matter at all.
You slam your hammer into his helmet. And it just
Hammer time.
it boings off like on an anvil and causes virtually zero damage other than the fact his head is now slightly into the earth.
No twang.
No what?
No loud crashing sound.
Yeah, there's like a metallic crashing sound, but like it just
Yeah,
it hits and, like,
discombobulated.
it hits and goes up like how it would do it on anvil.
Okay.
Okay,
Now that he's on the ground, basically, that kind of kills his ability to fight. So I'm gonna call the other guys over, basically, to put pressure on him and make sure that he stays on the ground while someone cuts off his head.
Okay.
He's concussed as fuck, so...
I
Yeah.
take Mimir and make him talk about
As all of you
how do we kill these much more efficiently.
all of you, before you can ask me anything, and before as Wilson, approaches the Draugr, there's very bright, what you call them, lights from his eyes, bright blue, and they go all through his body. And before your eyes, he gets back up, and his leg is now an aura of light. And his body has been sort of like reconstructed in light. Like you can see where his body once was. But now, of course, it's just Draugr. Like beneath it, you can like still see the Draugr.
I point at him like Thor with the hammer. Alright, now that's cheating, bro.
And now he's back on his feet and he tells you in like Old Norse. You don't understand it, so he just says something.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to shoot him point blank with this gun.
Right, do so.
Yeah.
I presume you just press it up to his like, abdomen and shoot.
Yeah.
Wait.
The amount of force that goes out by that should be enough to send him flying.
Yes, but have you checked what happens when you press your rifle against something?
Yeah, it goes back as well. That's why basically I'm standing up, leaning into the gun, ready for the shot. I've got a shooting skill of 20, so I know what I'm doing when it comes to shooting.
Before you're going to invent the rocket jump equivalent of this timeline, let's see if it actually tries to communicate us something.
It's in Old
did.
Norse.
It didn't
can't
attack
understand
us. It
It's-
didn't attack us, to be honest. Like,
It's
we just
like-
jumped the gun on here.
It's like it's human speech, but it's in a tongue that you don't understand.
Harsha, I presume just from an out-of-character standpoint, this is a hostile. It's trying to kill us.
Is it red when you hover over him?
Yes.
That means it's a hostile.
Okay. So there, kid. There's no
Alright.
negotiation, just killing.
He hates
Yeah.
humans.
Yeah.
I will tell
So yeah,
you.
at
I will
any
tell
rate,
you the story of what happened.
I don't put the gun up to the chest plate. I put the gun up to its face, basically,
Alright.
under the helmet, and fire.
All right, then roll me damage.
Okay. Well, due to the fact that I'm blowing its
Plus
shooting
5 because it's
at its
point
head.
blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like, I guess shouldn't that be a crit if I'm nailing its
Plus
head?
10 and plus 10 to hit, plus 1 damage, and plus 1
It is
penetration.
extremely tall because it had to like bow its head down to go through the door.
Yeah, okay, but remember what sort of gun we're talking about
Yeah,
here.
so
I've
you
got
would
a
be
4-4.
realistically you would be pointing. Yeah, it's looking down on you. You would be pointing at its head.
Yeah, I'd just stick the gun up in its face and pull the trigger.
All right.
Like literally jam it into the face and pull the trigger. Yeah, so that should be the equivalent of a crit.
But guns
I think
can
this is
still
its
jam. So roll
second
me to
wind.
hit
Okay.
to see if your gun jams or not. And your gun does jam.
You forgot the
Great.
plus. Unless
wait.
that's everything.
Yeah, the extra
If-
plus 10, so that's a
Yes,
success.
it's a plus 10.
Oh.
It's a success.
Oh, it's a success.
Okay.
It's 54.
Success.
Womp womp.
Roll damage then.
Yeah, well, didn't we say that would be a crit, basically? That I was just rolling to see if
Alright,
the gun would
fine.
actually go off? Yeah, so that's 3, so that's a 32.
And a plus 1.
Yeah, so 33 right to its face. Not
Alright.
its
And a plus
armor,
1
mind
to
you.
penetration.
Yeah, not its armor, mind
So,
you.
like the slit in the
face.
helmet. That's what you're aiming
Yes,
for.
exactly. Yeah, I'm jamming it basically right underneath its jaw, since, I'm pointing the gun up at it and pulling the trigger.
Leave
What
him
helmet
with only
even is
1
it wearing?
HP. Leave
Is
him
it
with
wearing
only
like
1
a-
HP.
His,
I want to
Barbu?
absorb its fucking soul.
his head goes
The
back.
hammer of
like,
Talos.
he goes extremely back and like he stumbles back
Yeah.
a bit.
The thing should probably go flying if it's not dead outright.
Yeah, the helmet went flying. Like it's nowhere to be seen. It went over the walls.
Woo!
But its ghost
gonna
head
find
comes
it
back.
later.
Well, wait, isn't it a dragon boat helmet? So no, it probably just goes into the whatchamacallit, it probably flies back like near the well. Because those things are
He
heavy
was
as-
looking down on you, and you shot up at him. So it like,
Yeah, I know that, but if that's the case, then it's just going to have a more vertical trajectory, so it's going to land even closer. It might go flying, but it's going to land well within the walls of the city, and probably fairly close.
All right, fine. It lands over here.
Yep.
Alright. We pick it up later.
Anyway, his ghost head comes back.
I fire again, because this is a fucking revolver.
All right, you
So-
fire again, and his head goes back again, and he falls on his back.
Yeah. Well, this time after nailing the head, having it rattle and the thing off, I aim for the neck and fire.
Right.
So,
The ghost
yeah.
arrow is still there, but it's like illuminating off, and like he mutters something in Old Norse.
He should have some problem moving around the bottom of his body, because, I just fucking blew his neck apart.
Yeah. He's on the ground. It's only the ghost form. Like only the ghost form can move at this point.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
he like
so
mutters something in Norse,
he's
in
back
Old
on the
Norse.
ground.
He mutters something in Old Norse.
Does it have a weapon?
Yes, it has a big axe.
Mm-hmm.
Like a big old axe, and it's glowing.
Okay, so
Hmm.
somebody pull. Stefan, Steven, pull the. axe
Russia
out of
has
my
an
hands.
odd obsession with RGB.
I don't. It makes stuff glow. It's cool. Anyway,
Exactly.
the ghost form like disappears away. Like it scurries off into the earth, back into the earth, and the Draugrs like lay there dead. The axe is still glowing, by the way. So you did kill him.
Can I grab the axe then?
Yeah, if you want to,
Yes, I grab the axe.
then grab it. Right. You grab
The
the
next.
axe, and your hand, like with your hands, you're holding it with with your hands.
Yes?
They begin to burn.
Oh shit.
You drop the axe and you look at your hands, and there's these inscriptions that have been like burnt onto your hands now. These runes.
Wait, what sort of armor are you wearing?
No, I want it to happen. Let's see, what does the rune say?
Okay.
The runes, you don't understand them. They're all Norse, but they're like 3 runes on each of your hand. If you like unite them, they look like they're making a word. And as you drop the axe, it disappears into thin air.
Nice. Damn it, I wanted to absorb its soul, but I guess it's good enough.
Wait, hold on. I've still got, I didn't, never mind. No, because I took my dragon armor off.
Yeah.
If I had it, I'd considered trying to grab the, axe. And, due to dragons being dragons, I should have basically been immune to fire.
No, it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
The
Pick up
axe
the
is now
dragon
gone,
helmet.
and you have runes on your hands. Like they're slightly glowing, but they're not really glowing all that bright. But they're, like,
Boy, I
slightly
sure
glowing.
do hope there is a court wizard around here or a scholar.
We have a rogue player. I think he's possessing Wilson.
Nope.
Why is he who's it?
El Ronin
Is
72
Cain
Gaming.
Is Cain here? No, Cain's
Yeah.
not here.
No, it's someone else.
No, yeah. Ronan, kick him out.
Please do not possess other players. If you do,
He's
join
not
the
possessed
player.
me. I'm a
Yeah, he
player.
took over Cain. Please don't do
Yeah.
that.
Unless he could be Kane's substitute for the day.
No.
Why
No
not?
substitutes.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
kick, Prussia, right click on him and kick him.
I can do that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, our condolences.
Yeah,
All you
Ronan,
can do is
this
just
is...
watch, I'm
We've
afraid.
been playing this game for weeks. It's already been full for a long time now.
I believe
So-
for 2 months at this point, like more than 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that you just step in and do that is incredibly rude.
Yes. Anyway, continuing. Now Gid has runes on his hands. The Draugr that was meant to be a boss fight is now dead.
Yep.
I need to find out how to nerf your gun. Which you can
But
resume looking
that's
around.
the point. Just what I'd say is, if you want to nerf me, put me in situations where gunfire is not the best solution to the problem.
Tight quarters.
Yes.
Or, well, no, because if I'm shooting at squishy things are still squishy things, and I've got a high enough rate of fire that that's not going to be a problem.
Rock elementals
No, what
are
I'd
a
say
part of
is-
Skyrim, right?
What?
Rock elementals are a thing in Skyrim, right?
Yes. Wait.
Alright.
There's frost Atronax.
Yeah, I actually don't think so. I've never encountered one in Skyrim.
Did you play past the first chapter?
Yes.
Especially if you start fighting with necromancers, they are summoning all kinds of shit. Frost
Yeah, but that's
Atronax.
mostly frost.
No, there
elemental.
are apparently guys who no, this is a mod. The Google Pictures lied to me.
Yeah.
No, I'll find a way to nerf you. Don't worry. I need to get creative.
No, what I'd say is, if you want to nerf me naturally, just put me in fewer combat situations, and due to the fact that I'm the leader of the mercenary company, put me in more situations where I actually have to use diplomacy instead of shooting. Just basically find ways to take me out of the fighting, and then I don't have my overpowered gun.
All right, fair point.
Yep.
Anyway, continuing.
Yep.
You can still look around.
May
the town.
I?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to scout. Let's see. Did the armor fall off his corpse basically as he vanished?
The Draugr corpse is still there. The ghost corpse is now
Okay.
on the ground.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, I'm gonna scavenge his armor because it looked like he had a. It looks like the material that it's made out of is dragon bone, and I need a shoulder guard. So
Yes.
I'm going
Did
to.
you lose the left bicep or the right bicep?
I think it was. I'm not sure which one I lost. All I know is that I'm missing one.
I'm pretty sure I said the right one, right?
Yeah.
Right. The armor on his right hand is missing.
Right hand. Yeah, not right bicep.
Like,
And even then, it was.
I'm not English. When I say hand, I mean the whole arm.
Fucking hell.
I said
Seriously,
right arm
Marshall,
and
you
left thigh with a reason, because at the Gaius here lost his left thigh.
If I
I'm
see
evil.
if I see your character in game, I'm opening fire until there's nothing left.
Yes, I'm gonna show up
Screw
at the
you.
point in the video game. You can
Yes,
take
and
other
then you're
pieces
gonna
of
be
armor
dead
as
quick.
replacements if you want.
Join the Vampire Survivor then.
I'm just bloody annoyed. I mean, you say the armor's
Yeah, I think he
be
will
near
be a
indestructible.
valuable player in
Yeah,
Vampire
it's near
because we
indestructible.
lost Eye.
Yeah,
Yes, and then immediately you conspire amongst a bunch of people who shouldn't have the ability to, and suddenly it gets destroyed by some BS.
No,
So you're doing a good job. It's just from my perspective, it's annoying. Especially
you
since I
did
can't get
have a
around there.
dodge roll. Remember, you did have a dodge roll
Yeah.
and you failed it.
Yep.
So you could have realistically dodged that arrow bolt.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, if my gun can't fucking blow apart a dragon, then why the hell should an arrow bolt?
Well, it's magical.
Yes, and
Your
this thing.
stuff is kinetic. That stuff is
It's
magical.
made with quantum science.
It's made with mindfuck science. Anyway,
Okay,
continuing.
well, yeah,
Go look around the town. More shit might happen.
yeah. Well, at the very least, I'm going to take the helmet. It's
Right.
worth a bunch of gold, so. And I'll strip him of the rest of the armor, too.
Alright, you now have a lot of armor on you. You move slower now.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, and
sure
then,
if I want more things to happen actually.
You want
Because
Yes,
my
well-
fucking Godslayer hammer just dinged off of it.
Yeah.
It was Dragon Ball. It did put his head a bit into the ground, do remember.
Yeah. So yeah, then I'm going to go to another merchant and sell the armor I just took off the bastard, since it's kind of useless to me and the group. Wait, he has a chest plate actually.
Yeah.
Which one of our guys lost their chest plate?
I don't believe any of you lost your chest plate.
So is that
Tibor almost lost his chest plate, but he wasn't wearing his armor. Cain. He wasn't wearing his armor, so he sacrificed his time-stop helmet.
I have an
Okay.
idea. Because this Drogul is several times larger than an average size human, I don't think it would be practical to use it as is. Rather have it broken down and make some hybrid armor out of it, either from steel or from
actually
dammer
yeah,
plate.
That's a
If
good
you-
idea. Could I actually scrap the materials?
Yeah, you can.
Could I have that scrapped and turn basically the armor that the guy's wearing scrapped and turned into a replacement pauldron?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go to the blacksmith and get that done.
Alright.
Yeah.
Did I move?
Because if regular armor is good too, then just
Yeah.
having it reinforced with Dragon Bone.
Yeah, well that's the point. All I need is basically the right shoulder guard. All I need is another right shoulder guard and I'm back to dragon armor being in full repair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the Draugur's. I'm going to take the Draugur's armor, which seems to be dragon armor.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that scrapped for materials, and then out of those materials, I'm going to have another, basically another pauldron, built basically. And then the rest is going to go to the caravan, in case more dragon armor takes damage. So yeah, can I do that? Marsha?
Yeah, you go to the blacksmith. He tells you 500 for a refit, shoulder guard, because he takes the left shoulder guard and makes it into the right one, basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and a chest plate as well. So yeah.
All right.
Okay, I pay him 500.
Good job.
Yep.
Okay.
Could it be my turn now?
All of you can do stuff independently.
Well, I said I'm going to take Mimir and make him talk. Tell me everything I should know about this. Everything that I could kill drug ears far more efficiently. Because I find going for beheadings are going to be quite inefficient with the state we are right now.
Well,
And side tangent to translate whatever it was.
Is anyone here selling
Speaking.
an amulet of Meridia? Not that I know who that is.
what? That's the Muriel. What's your faces? Well, considering they're made of rotten corpses, I wouldn't consider killing them to be the hardest thing unless they're primordial. So maybe finding yourself a great sword and beheading them each time you find them might be the best option. However, since some of them can still walk around with their head blown off, maybe finding like some spells to explode them with, make them into little bits with the runes might be also of use. Magical weapons as well, they could be of use.
Uriel has ideas.
And as it go, what was your other question?
Translate. Is he capable of translating whatever it stuttered?
Well, first off, I heard it say that who the hell are you before being stripped off its as it no, when did he say that? As it raised up, it said, "Who the hell are you?" And when it died, I believe it said, "Fuck this, I'm out," or something across those lines. Still, my hearing's pretty bad, so I can't hear too good, and you're pretty far away.
Yeah, so I guess to hell with learning the commons of this land if you're pretty versatile, honestly. Anyways, off to Sir.
May I remind that Gid has untranslatable runes on his hands that none of you know the meaning of, but someone in your
Yes, I am.
does.
I was going to head over him.
Okay, fantastic. Namapa. Okay, continue.
Okay, what's up? I was
Anything.
about to spit into the well
Okay, you can
when
spit
nobody is watching.
Yeah, you can spit
We're
into the
going
well.
to translate. We're going to. Mimir's going to try to translate your runes. And I just realized I'm not recording. Pray to
Alright.
God you are
Have it-
recording, Prussia.
Have it a go.
Yeah, I am recording.
Ah, sweet.
Those runes on your hands over there, they say Fus Ro.
Oh,
Unsure what they mean, but they might be of use.
let me go where there is nobody in the way right over here and try saying those very words. Toward the stone wall. That there is nobody in the way.
You put your hands like in front of you to like read them, right?
Eh. Why don't they use like the little hat like we Serbians do? Yeah,
The little what?
the hat.
Oh, the hat.
The one above the S, you know. Like in whatever.
Yeah. It's like
Are you alright,
Who's-
sir?
Ro!
as you say that, the like they begin glowing a little bit stronger and they fade back.
Cool little trick, eh?
You might need to say it louder. Do you try to say it louder?
I tried to say it louder. I won't actually say it louder.
Okay.
Also, by the way, that's dragon tongue. That's not ancient Nordic. But alright.
Shut up! You think it's ancient Nordic
Anyways,
because the
Mimir, what
thing you got it
does-
from was ancient Nordic.
What does those words mean?
Mimir doesn't know.
Could it be force and push?
Who knows?
We don't know that.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
We don't know that.
Or I try saying it louder. I won't because there are people in my house and I won't want to shout.
Okay, okay. You say it louder, and they begin
Yes?
to light louder, like glow brighter, but still nothing. You can even try to say it even more louder.
I try to say it even more louder.
And as you do, there's like a gust of wind that comes from like your mouth. Like goes forward, like rising up dust and all that, and like the runes begin to glow. Like very bright. And like they stay glowing. They don't fade away.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Teie botte pistu materina. Alright.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
More mechanics. Moving on.
Alright, does anybody over here know what the fuck that was?
Do it in front of a guard, he'll shout, "You're Dragonborn."
And as all this happens, as you return, Chaos comes back from the gates, from like the the stairway, and he like shouts, "All of you come here, all the foreigners."
Yeah. Kakosi.
All right.
And Legate Aurelius appears from your behind, and then like ushers all of you to come and like move. So I come with him. Okay, now I save this with the fucking bad of the video game.
I just realized the stream ended, but as if that's ever going to matter. Would you two gentlemen there in the audience still watching? Say aye.
1 minute.
And we're live again.
OBS. Doesn't Discord have an inbuilt streaming support?
No, I like it with OBS.
Weird.
Suit yourself.
Gives me a sense of safety.
People are not.
Safety.
People aren't going to steal your data through a stream.
Yep, a stream on a stream. Wait, isn't that called something else?
I have no idea.
It's called unnecessary is what is called. But it's not my problem, so.
It's a reveal.
Okay.
It's just like spelling bureaucracy or bourgeoisie. Honest to God.
And all of you. Okay, you go to Dragon's Reach because North Whiterun is like. It got heavily bombarded by trebuchets. So it's like. I was totally not lazy. But like.
You mean the Cloud District, right?
Yeah, all that. Got bombarded.
You know you don't actually have to make all of this in dungeon draft and shit. We could just move that to the realm of imagination.
Shut up.
Theater of mind. Okay.
Okay. Is everyone in?
Yep.
I asked if everyone is in.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. You may move around. I forgot to spawn in the Legate.
I wanted to say there is.
Stop! Stop! Criminal scum!
Pause it.
Okay. Chaos and the Legate wait you here. Like, they're here. Some guards escort you to the palace, into the palace main room. And like Chaos makes like hand signs for you to follow them. Wilson, you there?
Yep.
You're not moving your token. I'm gonna move it for you.
Okay.
Can you see the
Fine.
map?
Yes.
Okay, good. Anyway. So, Chaos steps up and, like, says to the Jarl that, "You've got guests, my sir. Here they are, with Legate Aurelius." And, like, then Legate Aurelius steps up and, like, says, "I introduce you to the noble men who have defended your city. Retook Riverwood."
You spelled his name wrong.
What?
You spelled the Earl's name wrong.
Older.
It's an imposter.
Maybe in this form of Skyrim, his name is spelled that way.
Shut up!
Honestly, which is
Part of the
canon,
ultimate-
which is not.
Shut up! Shut up!
Who knows? To be Prussian, reality is just an illiterate.
Alright, calm down, everybody.
I fucked up his name. I made him bald. Look, it sounds similar enough.
Baldur.
Bald.
Baldurf, not Balgruff. Just it sounds different as well.
Look, there we are. It's fine. Balgrove. Okay. he like, and he like Aurelius introduces you to the Jarl, like tells you, and like tells him about all your endeavors, all of your good stuff that you did, and then now it's your turn to talk, because the Jarl wants you to talk about, like, he asks you, "Is what Aurelius told me true?"
Indeed, it is, Jarl.
I find it hard to believe that 4 men of your liking could best an entire army of Stormcloaks. How did you
It was
do
not
it?
merely our 4 men. We simply served as a distraction so that the Imperials could get behind the Stormcloaks and wipe them out.
Ah, I see. So the Imperials did the heavy lifting.
To some degree, but when we engaged in combat, we were heavily outnumbered, and unless we were not as skilled as we were, the Stormcloaks would have crushed us, and likely could have crushed any smaller group of people that they went up against.
And for your feats in Riverwood, did you do those, or did the Imperials also help?
No, Riverwood was us.
We did that completely alone.
Aurelius looks at you, but doesn't say anything. So you took the entirety of Riverwood by yourselves. Impressive.
Wait, hold on a second. Out of character. How much did the Imperials help us?
They came in and like killed a bunch of them. In like
Okay,
the other part
then
where,
then I'm going to be honest about that.
Okay.
Where we engaged the Stormcloaks early to stop them from killing civilians, and we did a lot of damage. When the Imperials showed up, they helped us finish off the remainder.
Ah, I see. Okay, I understand. And how did you pull all of these feats off? I see only one of you has a sword, one of you has a hammer, the other 2...
I have a sword.
I have a crossbow.
Oh, okay. I forgot about
Yeah, no,
that.
I've got
And a sling.
I've got a straight sword and a dragon mode sword. I just haven't used it.
Alright. And how did all of you, with the weapons at your disposal, manage to take on this basically army without dying? What is your secret?
We're skilled combatants. We've fought for years as mercenaries, and as such, we are very skilled in the act of war.
Aurelius looks at you a bit weird. And, like, comes up to your ear and tells you, and asks you, "Aren't you going to tell him about the boomsticks?"
Yes.
Quietly whispers, the Jarl doesn't hear.
Yes. Yeah. So then I also say, besides our swords and our skills, we also have these unique weapons to rely upon, and I kind of basically I've got my gun, basically on a sling on my back. I take it off the sling and kind of present it forward towards him. It being
Come closer with it.
massive
Come closer
cannon.
with it.
All right.
I see. Very impressive.
Meanwhile,
He takes it from your hands and inspects it.
I just have a crossbow.
Mayar, make sure to don't look down the barrel itself. Not that just
As
don't.
you say that, he looks down the barrel.
No, please don't.
He laughs a
Specific.
bit. He laughs a bit and
Yeah.
What was the name of the desert people? The black people?
The
Red Guards.
the
Red
red
Guards.
Hmm.
Good.
And he says, I have seen something similar like this in the Red Guard, but looked very different.
It would not surprise me with the sort of blacksmithing abilities here. I am honestly surprised they're not more widespread.
Yes. The Dremor also have them. When they took Markarth, I remember my guards came back with steam shock, as we called it. They fired these at men and vaporized their heads.
Indeed. And this thing can vaporize the heads of bigger things than men.
And as you say that, he puts his finger on the trigger and fires. The shot goes straight up through the roof. It makes a hole through the roof of the palace. And the gun springs back out of his hand on the floor. So, that's a lot of punch. Avenici, go get it for him. And Avenici comes, scurries up and picks up the gun and visibly he's not strong enough to carry it. And gives it to you.
Yeah. I grab the gun right under the barrel, basically, put it back on my back.
Impressive piece of technology you have.
Indeed.
It would be very
This has allowed me to kill so many men.
It's Akaviri of origin.
It would be very nice to have my guards equipped with such pieces of technology.
Unfortunately, this is a one-off, and I was only able to acquire this by seeking out a smith of incredible reputation. However, my men are knowledgeable enough to be able to teach your blacksmiths how to manufacture firearms of a similar but not the same vein.
I understand. I shall commission your blacksmith for such feat. But first, let's discuss your reward for helping Whiterun.
Indeed.
As you may know, I, Balgruf of Whiterun, am a very reasonable person when it comes to payments.
How do I pronounce my own name?
Stefan.
Right.
But however, the current coffers of Whiterun are, empty due to the war and due to many payments we have had to make towards the Empire to make sure the war is not lost. They have had to send a lot of units to Winterhold to quench out the rebellion, but they failed, and all of our money is now gone into the Imperial coffers. So,
do you have anything in your treasury besides coinage, rare materials, or do you have any land that you could potentially give out? Both to us are just as good as currency, especially given the fact that our experience working for the Imperials so far has been profitable, and as such is likely an arrangement that will continue for quite some time into the future.
Yes. For land, I would
For
have...
example,
yes?
if you would have to have an abandoned fortress on your lands, which is currently overrun by bandits, we would be more than happy to clear said bandits out, should we have the fortress itself after the fact.
Well, now that you say, there is Fort Greymore that needs liberating from bandits. However, that would be a too impossible feat even for your kind to do. Considering
How so?
my most experienced guards and mages could not.
Well,
That
as
sounds
it
more like
happens,
an opportunity than anything else.
it seems like I can shout wind. So it
Everyone
should
in the
be far more
room
easier.
starts looking at you with like amazed eyes. Balgruf leans forward and says, "You can what?"
Let me demonstrate. And I look up at where the hole was made and Fusroda into it.
Fuzro, you don't know that yet.
What?
And all of
Oh,
them,
okay, the
as you
Fusro.
do that, all of them just, they're in like pure amazement, and Avenichi shouts, "Dragonborn!"
Eh,
Wouldn't be Avenichi. Remember in the game, he's incredibly skeptical of that.
I
He calls it more
assume this was a...
Balgruf shouts,
Yeah.
"Dragonborn!"
Eh, what?
Like all the guards,
Eh.
look like the guards ready to they don't know what to do. They're like, some of them like ready their swords, others are like, holy shit, this is happening, and others
Oi,
are like,
oi, oi,
oh,
oi,
like my father told me.
oi, oi, oi.
Yep.
Yes?
This could only mean one thing, I'm afraid.
Like a bunch of chatter starts up in the palace because of what you just did.
I'm sorry, I didn't know it was caused such an uproar, but...
No, mister. You have spoken dragon tongue.
Oh, I did.
We thought that the Dragonborn were extinct for millennia, for centuries, for however long it has been. But you, a foreigner to these lands, speak such tongue with such expertise? Well, not expertise, but you understand what I say, but it is a pure amazement to see that you would be able to master such words with such ease. My court wizard has been trying to understand these words for as long as I've known him, and he still cannot replicate your performance.
I kinda just grabbed onto something, and the words itself burst into my hands, so...
I understand. May I see your hands?
Yes, I show him my hands where the words are glowing.
Very impressive. You might want to go talk to my court wizard. Insert name here. He might know more to how help you out, and you might be able to teach him one or two things. But anyway,
Okay.
if you want to take on Fort Greymore by yourselves, you are my guests, for I am not sending any more troops there. And as for payment, if you do not manage to take Fort Greymore, I have something in my coffers, and I am unsure what to do with it, since... 1 minute.
By the way, it's Farengar secret fire.
Shut up. It's a pair of two blades that, whenever touched, they freeze a man's hand. And I also have a necromancer's dagger and the hilt of some weapon. I believe it's a fragment. So if you want to take those as well as Fort Greymore, you're my guests.
All right. I say it is agreed then.
Right. Now Vinici goes to the coffers to bring you the stuff. He returns with a box and hands Stefan the box.
Oh, well, thank you.
Tells you, here are the blades, the hilt, and the dagger.
The ones that freeze the man's hand when they touch it?
Yes. You might want to wear some gloves.
Aye. I hand them over to Wilson then.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've switched into my dragon bone armor. Basically my dragon armor.
You try to like
So,
handle
yeah.
the swords.
Yeah, I'd like to see if I can.
They still freeze your hands. Like the armor begins to freeze. You know, like have a coat of freeze on it as you like hold them in your hands and you begin to feel cold. So,
Yeah, but
like,
it's dragon armor. Shouldn't it have like some level of resistance against that?
well, considering it's magical, it does have
Yeah.
some resistance. It is keeping it at base somewhat, but it's still freezing. So you would still roll with a penalty to hit.
Okay. Yep. And then yeah. What else? So I put the swords basically back in the chest, and handed off to one of my people to take back to the caravan that are basically the company's camp.
Alright, considering there are only 4 of you here, you hand it over to Petrovich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. Then if that's the case, then I'll just put it on the floor beside me, and say I'll take this back to our camp
Alright.
once our meeting is over.
Alright. And Balgruf then calls over Avinici and begins talking to him. And Aurelius begins talking to you. Well, gentlemen, we have it settled. You have been paid by the Jarl of Whiterun here for your efforts in saving Riverwood and Whiterun. However, now for your service to the Empire, I feel obligated to bring you to Solitude to discuss with General Talius himself about joining our forces. You can handle with Fort Greymore later. It is stationary, it won't move anywhere. And it might be better for you if you do it in winter when the bandits don't expect an attack. So,
Indeed. Then let us be off.
let us go to Solitude.
Hold up a second. Where do I find... Excuse me, Great Jarl. Where do I find your court wizard?
He's over there to the way he's looking, like to his left. It'll be your
All
right
right.
to my left.
Okay.
Go over there. if
Thank
want
you
to.
for your generosity.
So let's Stephen.
Hello,
deal with
excuse
Farngar.
me.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello?
How may I be of
Anyways, I'm
assistance?
going to whisper with Wilhelm. Have you noticed neither of which utilizes stratagems? They just charge on head on, doing their own thing.
Have I noticed?
No formations, no chain of command. They just fight like barbarians. That's a lot saying for. So we're sort of doing the same thing considerably.
Indeed, working with the general could give us an opportunity to possibly through more rigorous tactics take command of the army. The reason why I'm so interested in land is because this would give us an opportunity to establish a base, begin to develop infrastructure, and better allow us to introduce weapons and then training to use those weapons, as well as proper tactics. I would definitely notice this too, given the fact that I've got a stratagem of 25. So,
I don't, but
Yeah.
since you're like group leader, you would of course do things for these such occasions.
Okay.
yeah.
Continuing of which, we could pass forward the attack, assuming Prussia made a map for it already. We could accelerate it, fast forward to sooner
I would
than
like
later.
I would like to, if possible, given where the where the path to the capital takes us, basically. I'd like to see if we can't kill a few bandits from that fort on the way to the capital. If not, try to provoke them into attacking us, kill as many as possible, and then charge the fort.
Charging is a
Basically,
reckless word.
Basically, get them out into the open, murder as many of them as possible, and if we manage to deplete their numbers significantly, then possibly take control of the
Hold up
fort.
a second. Hold up.
Oh, he left.
Well, no other way than being proactive about it, like
Yep.
bounty hunting.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Continuing on with the court wizard. He like. What do you do to him? He doesn't notice you.
Oi,
He turns his head to you and asks, "Who dares
They
disturb
are-
me?"
they are sent me.
Oh,
I
they
was
are.
told you know more about these runes, and I show them my hands.
Oh, he does that sound like oh, and like runs to your hands, like inspects them and tells you and asks you, "How'd you get these? Where did you get these? How?"
I grabbed onto something. I like to do that.
His
And
face goes from a smile to it's like fading. It's
Yeah,
like a
just what
face.
sort of idiot am I dealing with?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what did I grab, but ever since these words are burnt into my skin, and whenever I shout them, there is a powerful, almost unrelenting sort of wind coming out of my mouth.
Yes. The only cure for that is chopping your hands off.
I don't see it as a problem.
It can be very harmful to your health.
How so?
It can it can cause an attraction to swords and arrows, typically held by
Well, as
people who want to kill you.
well as delusions of grandeur.
Yes.
Uh, I can live with that. It's sort of been like that for some time already, to be honest.
So what did you grab onto to get these runes on your hands?
An ethereal great axe of a Draugr clad in dragon armor.
Ah. So you touched a dragonborn. I wonder who summoned him. Anyway, you're too much of a fool to understand the significance of these, so unless you want me to cut off your hands, there's not much I can do for you.
No, don't cut them off.
He was like preparing a knife, like one of those butcher's knives, and like he like slowly putting it down now.
Yeah, put them back where they are and we'll get along just fine.
Do you want to buy anything, a potion or something?
Nah,
I'm not sure you would
good.
understand how they work at all, considering you just grabbed onto something and got magical powers. But if you want to buy something,
No, I'm good.
and he goes back to his work looking at the papers.
And I leave. Better go fuck yourself behind his back.
Anyway, now Aurelius grabs you and brings you outside, like to a caravan, not to a caravan, like to some to some carriages. That's the word. And you begin rolling towards solitude. And give me some time to put you in here. Oh, I'm being called by someone again. Hello. Nu pot. Nu pot. Sunt cu mama. Te sun eu mai târziu dacă pot, pa.
Well, I just built myself a beast of a destroyer and rule the waves.
Right, I'm back. Alright. Activating the scene. Are you guys loaded in?
I am, but it's kinda normal.
I'm loaded in.
I am.
Wilson, are you in?
Yes.
Is everyone in?
I'm in.
Okay, good. Start. He tells you that he has to go, like, warn Talius. Not warn, like, but tell him that you're coming. So he tells you to, like,
Yep.
look around.
He has to warn him, but these strange foreigners are coming.
Yeah. The British
These
are coming.
strange
The British are coming.
Yeah,
I
these
hold
strange
Mimir and
foreigners who
tell
on
him
his own initiative has basically hired for the Legion.
He wants to set it like it was his idea all along, so he doesn't have to explain himself.
Hey,
When
don't
we
I
no,
ask
no,
about
asked
it.
can't go that way.
Mimir any important landmarks to take note of.
The guard tells you to go off. You're not allowed. What do you mean, any important landmarks?
In this place.
You'd notice that there's a windmill. Like,
I asked Mimir somehow some knowing.
what? What do you ask him?
I asked Mimir for anything that sticks out
Well,
or not supposed to be here.
not really. It's just solitude. I've been here many a times.
Only had a high enough medical, I swear.
What would you want to do with them?
2 words. It's alive.
Do not know. Shut up.
Say,
Anything else you
Mimir,
guys do?
would you happen to know the recipe to those vials back in what's that first location again? Where we almost got
Falkreath?
murdered by that druggier.
Falkreath?
Yes. Would you happen to know how to procure those drinks, those healing vials? And I'm trying to say it mercifully, but I can't think shit.
He tells you that you need an alchemy station. And that you need. Hold on. Hold on. One minute.
5. Yeah, no dice.
Hold on. Google is betraying me.
Gosh.
Alright. He tells you that you need an alchemy potion. He tells you that you need blisterwort and wheat.
Talk further about these blister wood
Blisterwort?
and what, yes, and what determines as alchemy stations.
Well, a specialized location where alchemists do their work. You saw one in Falkreath and you saw one in Dragon's Reach. As for blisterworts, they are a variety of fungus that is commonly found growing in caves. From what I've heard, people recommend combining blisterwort with wheat to make a potion of restore health. That's what I told you earlier. And you can find them anywhere, really. They're just mushrooms.
what's so special about alchemy stations that they have to be on a predetermined space?
The heating apparatus.
Yeah, yes, that what the lad said, and also the fact that they're embedded with magic into the flooring.
Well, better safe than sorry, I guess.
Anyway, none of you want to do anything else?
Nope.
No, not really.
When is Wilson's caravan going to catch up?
They already caught up.
Yeah.
They're outside of Solitude right now.
I'm going to assume I get to restock my items.
Yes.
Splendid. About time.
He
Which
comes
is,
over here, and he
Very
tells you,
interesting.
and he tells you to follow me. Talius is ready.
Interesting that the city is not in a state of basically mobilization, considering there is a mercenary band just outside its walls of unknown origins.
No, they don't. It's a mercenary. Not the right side. Not the right side of the walls.
On top of that, too, due to who we traveled with, they know that we're Imperial.
Yeah. Tells you to come inside. He like opens the door and like ushers you inside. You know.
Oh, tight space.
Before me enter two old men. One
General
devilishly handsome.
Talius?
What?
Seriously? General
I
Talius?
missed an L. Fuck! I missed an L. Fuck!
Oh.
You missed more than an L.
What did I miss? Hold on. This is what go.
Tullius.
Tallius.
No, TU.
Tullius.
Why did Google?
I'm going to make a blind history roll. Minus.
For whatever reason.
Shut up. All of you, shut up. Unimportant.
-8.
Muriel does not even know that the Roman Empire exists.
Anyway.
Muriel just forgot something.
Yeah, he just forgot something.
It was rolling for history.
Okay, so basically, General Tullius, however you pronounce his name, says mockingly, "Before me stands one old man whose age I cannot even predict, one drunkard who smells worse than a rotting corpse, and two men who look reasonable. What is your quarrel with me, and have you come to kill me?"
Didn't Aurelius tell you?
Aurelius just looks a bit embarrassed, like his expression says, "Why the fuck did you say that, Talius?"
Really? You didn't say to him?
No, he said
The hell were
everything.
you doing?
He said like there are 4 men who are coming to meet with you who defeated the siege of Whiterun.
Correction, I smell of sulfur.
Yeah.
Not ammonia.
Yeah, I say.
Well, realistically,
Well,
I
I
read
introduced
Sulfur
myself.
also
ammonia.
smell really bad.
It does, but it's not ammonia smell.
It smells like sulfur, whatever equivalent of sulfur.
I would know the difference because
Shut
I
up.
reek of ammonia,
Okay.
and it sucks.
Anyway, he mockingly says that, and then follows up with, "Okay, Aurelius told me you're here for some sort of reward, joining my forces. But what is your real intention?"
To be honest, General Tullius, we are mercenaries. As such,
He rolls his eyes. Yet again,
What did-
a legate has brought to me some mercenaries that he thinks will win this war for us. Let me tell you, the Empire is strong enough to not require your mercenary kind.
Fine.
have-
Fair enough. Fair
From
enough.
what I've
Okay.
seen,
Okay.
I say, from what I've seen of the Empire, that is no doubt. It seems like you do have plenty of men. However, just because you may not need us does not mean that you do not want us, as I think our deeds so far have shown that we are competent and thus can be useful to the Empire.
What Aurelius has told me about your magical red guard sticks, weapons, whatever they are called,
I don't have one.
does make me want to do a bit more research into whatever you hold, but you as personnel only clog up, are only more mouths to feed, more mouths to pay. So realistically, what benefit would I have from you being in my army?
Well, for once, we are not going to just march over to Windhelm and offer our same services to Ulfric Stormcloak.
So you're threatening me that you would defect him if I don't accept you into my army?
No,
Threats? No.
my man is just pointing out the fact that ultimately we mercenaries are at the end of the day looking for
Employment. We're looking
and as
for
such,
employment.
if you are not offering employment, then as a result of that, we will be forced to search elsewhere. And as much as it is unlikely that the Stormcloaks will look favorably upon us due to our skirmishes and constant fighting with them. On the other hand, they may well respect the strength and the advantages that our company can offer to them.
What is your price, mercenary?
Okay, out of character.
Give us-
What is it? Hold on a second.
Give us an offer we can't refuse, and we won't.
No, he Tullius asks you, what is your price?
Yeah. So out of character, what's reasonable for a band of mercenaries? Basically, given our accomplishments.
Well, given our accomplishments and given the potential damage we can take, at the very minimum,
Yeah.
titles, political immunity, and some sort of permanent establishment in the military hierarchy afterwards.
Hold on a second. I was asking Prussia out of character. Based on our accomplishments so far, what can we legitimate like what's the going rate for mercenaries? This is something I would know, due to the fact that I've done mercenary work for a while in character. So that's why I'm asking.
Or
I want a warm bed.
what you call it? I thought you had a price for yourself, but I guess with your accomplishment, Skyrim would be more than happy to offer you like 5,000 per each accomplishment you do.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
of course, because they're like straining for money now, they're gonna say like most we can offer is
Yeah, so I'll make
Lower.
so knowing that, basically from my experience, I'll make the offer of basically for each for one thing, I expect
Make a baseline
the
and then it can deviate depending on the difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that I expect for each sizable or significant engagement, which you are more than welcome to send one of your own people with us to ensure that we do not how would you say it?
To witness it.
Yes, so that we do not basically add unneeded emphasis to any of our deeds.
So we don't cook the books
exactly.
about numbers as such.
Exactly. But then on top of that, we would like the equivalent of 5,000 in gold, or its equivalent in property. In property for each engagement that we're involved with, as well as being supplied with food, and the materials to repair our armor and ammunition. In return, you will have a complete exclusivity contract on our services until the end of the war. So as such, we will not offer our services to anyone else until you have crushed the Stormcloak Rebellion.
Well, considering you have said land, we have some regions who will need some quelling. I personally don't like the thieving kingdom of Riften. Although they're still part of the Empire, they do steal from everywhere.
Yeah.
There's also
unless you're editing it, it wouldn't be the Thieving Kingdom. It would just be the corrupt Jarldom of Riften.
Yeah, the corrupt Jarldom. The people steal. The corrupted people in Riften, the traitors in Winterhold, and the Dremmer in Markarth. If you take out any of those Jarls, any of those rulers, and manage to bring peace to those lands and bring them back to the Empire, I can arrange for you to become Jarl of those territories. If you do so wish. Or, as reward, I could give you a position into the military. Of course, still under me, as your commanding officer.
Yep.
And under the Emperor, over the King of the Empire.
Of course, this is a generous offer. We are definitely interested in quelling the thieves, and as such, restoring imperial law and order to that province.
He notes something on some piece of parchment. As for your monetary reward, we are not sure about your capabilities, considering in both engagements you have had help from the Empire, as I was told. However, you did do a significant amount of aid. It's still notable that you received the help. So most I can give you is half of what you have told me, until I can see with my own eyes that you're as capable as you say you are.
How about
Okay.
we make...
Could I... Hold on a sec. I'd like to, basically, do... So, throughout this time, I've been basically, besides talking to Tullius, also going over his maps in the room, basically. I'd like to do a, strategy check.
All right.
To see if I can convince him, just off of that alone, that we're worth full price. Basically, some plans that I've come up with on the spur of the moment, basically, that would allow him, say, easier victories in this area.
Roll me stratagem.
Yep. So that's going to be a plus 37.
You gotta beat 70.
53, unfortunately not.
Not quite. He doesn't really believe you. However, he does note it down on his parchment.
Yeah.
He does note about it on his parchment.
Yeah.
So
it's a success, but not to the degree necessary.
It's a
but
success,
it's not going
but he
to...
doesn't amend you for it. He doesn't congratulate you for it. And if he does implement it, he will implement it as his own strategy and give you no credit.
Which,
And how
honestly,
about something of a more safer financial state? We do the job, no upfront payment. We make 3 of them completely without payments before and afterwards. But it will be later, once the conflict is kind of dying down, be paid in installments. Basically, to do the first one for free, that it will be paid back later. So if we fuck up, if we die on the battlefield, we were, flukes. You didn't pay nothing. If it turns out that we're worth our money, well, you can worry about it later.
Yep. That works for me, but with other stipulations in where we're going to basically like food's not going to be a problem for us.
Yeah.
I will talk to the Emperor about your ascension, and I will consider you joining the Imperial forces, but so far you will be an Imperial contractor, to say.
Yeah, that works better for us, actually.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Hello. Nu știu.
Okay, so what now?
Yep.
Pa. Pa.
That's the question.
Prussia is muted, he will be back.
When it seems like the negotiations have ended, Petrovic leans over to Wilhelm and asks if we won.
If
He
what?
can't speak the language.
If what?
If you won, if things went well.
I say they have.
Well, it doesn't
Petrovic
really.
thinks
We have other prospects. If this doesn't work around, then we can just take that fort near Whiterun
Yeah.
and work out of it.
Because that would basically make us Whiterun nobility. So,
Yeah.
Just yeah. That's why I'm interested in land, because land is valuable unto itself.
Yep. And that's why I said that instead of like a concrete monetary sum, we would just ask for titles and diplomatic immunity and offices and such in the future, because
Yep.
money is not really going to be a problem,
Yeah, that leads to money in the longer term, which is something that we're happy to deal in. And besides which, given the fact that we're like some of the only people with guns, basically, mind you, there are guns around, but not to the degree that we have. That gives us a massive advantage.
Yep.
Especially if, say, we started producing guns.
Now that's going to be an int, but with magic and with Yorl and Greymane, I think that can be pulled off.
Yeah. Well, even then, just the company, the mercenary company that I run is more than capable of maintaining its own weapons.
Oh shit, we're actually going to be a competition for the companions then. If we are based on... Welcome back.
Okay, competition for companions, maybe.
No, we were thinking more in regards to services that we need to hire. Basically, hiring Greymane to make guns.
Okay. Continuing. So Talius gave you, told you everything he had to say. And
by the way, in OOC, if we went to the Stormcloaks right now for employment, if they know that I'm kind of a semi-Dragonborn, they would hire us on the spot. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, and also the Stormcloaks do respect strength, so the fact that we've been able to defeat them decisively in 2 engagements would probably help to increase our pay with them as well. But just the Empire's the Empire. As far as commercial opportunities go, there's a lot more
Yeah, I know.
options
I know.
for
I
yeah.
have no love lost for the Stormcloaks, but
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he ushers you out of his room. He pushes you out.
Alright, take my character with you. Oh, I could take that.
Like locks the
Yes, sir.
door behind him.
Yep.
Okay. You can now explore Solitude if you want to. You can go into
Yeah,
the
my
church.
My
What?
character is going to head back to camp.
Alright. There might be some goodies that you can find. You can also go to South Solitude if you want to.
Yep.
With the palace and all that.
There might be. Basically, I'm going to get the rest of the band prepped for future plans.
I guess let's accommodate whichever of us consumes the most resources or goods, whatever.
Alright.
I mean, I'm a good contender of being the biggest government stimulus for you guys. And again, I'm a literal walking artillery. It's not to love.
I was hoping, as an out of character, I was hoping that you, Wilson, did have artillery because then it would mean that I could you could bombard cities and all that, but
Yeah, we don't have artillery,
Yet.
but we do. Yeah, that's the key. Yet, we know enough that if we worked with a skilled enough smith, we could probably put something together.
Prussia, there's a gap in the wall here.
where?
Here. Right here where I am.
Ah, no, no.
It's lucky I found it.
Also, I
Where,
got
where?
pretty an
Hold on,
explosive.
don't
I
look
could
back, don't look
assist
back.
in
I need to see.
gunpowder
I'm looking at your
production
character.
or accommodating the right amount of powder
See.
to
Oh, there.
put per
Ah, well, it's fine, don't worry
ammunition.
about it.
Excuse me, what is this place?
This is the citizen responds that this is a church.
Ah,
You may look
Very
to any room
nice.
you wish.
okay. Aha! Skusha.
It's the fish.
Ah! Oh! It's too
I'm going to
beautiful.
ask
3
Mimir.
years later.
You're gonna what?
Oh, excuse me.
I'm going to ask him. Is there a way to turn you 100%
Oh.
efficient in knowing to be truly the all-knowing? Because so far your informations have been all minuscule.
Give me.
A bit.
Mimir looks at you unimpressed and tells you, well, I am all-knowing. Barring information access and telling you everything are two very different... no. Barring information access and not knowing are two very different things, Mr. Muriel.
No, I was trying to correct myself. I mean, efficient, but could be even more. Could be 100% right. You get the idea. There are keynotes sometimes that could be.
You see, you find looking through the books, because I presume that's what you're doing right now.
I wanted to ask this citizen here that, excuse me, are you the one managing this library? You look like a scholarly type.
Yes, I am. If you wish to take any books, you are free to. All of these have been donated to the church, and we're donating them to anyone who wants them.
I actually wish to donate some money to this church myself, but first, do you have any books on Dragonborns as such?
Ah, yes, we have very many books on Dragonborns. But as well, if I may interest you in some frost books, some fire books, necromancer
As in spells?
books. Yes, spells. For the wizards. Several old wizards have come to this church and given us their books.
Yes, I'm going to donate 412 gold to this church.
Ah, very generous of you.
If you could point me to those dragon books and those spell books,
Ah, they're here
I would
in
like
this
some
part.
time.
Here in
Okay.
this part. You may take them with you if you wish.
Okay, thank you very much. I take
He
them.
takes the gold and goes to the chests.
Yeah. Now I have square 1000 money.
You did that on purpose.
Yes.
No, that's just cruel. Oh, sorry.
Why is there just one fish in this room?
Well, since this is a church, although it looks a bit interesting, but this is a church. In nomine Patris, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Pater noster qui es in celis.
You hear a voice coming from your hammer like, the fuck is that? Like an ethereal voice.
An ethereal voice from my hands?
No, from your hammer.
Oh. Excuse me? You can talk? Mighty Hammer of Talos?
Shush. I didn't talk, you hear nothing.
Alright.
Wait, we're walking around Solitude carrying a hammer of Talos.
They don't know it's of Talos.
Oh, okay.
Also have, like, Talos bigger
the
than
Imperials, the Imperials don't have a stick up their ass about Talos. That's the
No,
that's the
Falmor.
fucking Falmor. Yeah,
And if
They'll
the
only-
Talmor... Yeah.
yeah. They'll only enforce that if the Thalmor are around.
Yeah, basically.
And if the Talmor are around and they have a problem about it,
Yep.
well, the mighty hammer of Talos is known to steal the souls I bong them with, so...
Especially of genocidal elves.
Yep. Those souls are especially going to be bonged into my hammer. Oh.
I?
1 second.
Okay. You're setting up Southern Solitude?
No, it's set up. You can go watch it. You want to go to South Solitude?
I guess we saw most of the things here that are interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
And none of you
Yep.
want to go to the Radiant Raiments, right?
Nope.
I hope these runes will also have the unintended effect of random strangers just trying to ask me to do things for them.
The guard halts you when you stand.
Eh?
You can't go past this. This is the Imperial Palace.
The Imperial Palace, right over here in Solitude Skyrim, and not in the Imperial City. Back in the Crowns. Okay, okay.
The
I
the guard
understood.
looks a bit confused at you and like, if the Emperor is in it, it's an Imperial castle, so shut up.
Isn't it the Jarl? Okay, okay.
It's like the presidential suite in hotels.
So apparently the Emperor of the Empire is here in Solitude, boys. And not in the Imperial City.
You do notice a big boat outside.
Oh, a big boat.
That just sounds like fucking around and finding out kind of opportunity.
Who's over there?
I have a slight suspicion that someone is going to do or trying to do the Emperor in Muriel. I don't think we should allow that to happen. If there were such a guild in these lands that carried out assassinations, I'm certain that it would be one of our priorities to make it so there isn't such a guild. What do you think, Petrovich?
Petrovich agrees that we should disassemble assassin guilds. He then asks why you are asking.
Because the Emperor is here in Skyrim.
What are you three talking about?
No hablo inglés.
What?
We are talking about the Emperor's visit.
Oh,
What kind of...
the
Yeah.
Emperor is here. Fantastic. I will go
They
talk
say
to him.
it's...
I love the Emperor. And as he goes, like, gets stopped by an Imperial guard, like, gets told off. The guy, like, pulls out a dagger and begins stabbing the guard. All the guards come in and, like, stab him too.
Attack, you fools. Attack, you fools.
This guy
That's the
dies.
assassin you wanted.
This guy dies. Like, all the guards go off. This guy goes to, like, a medic.
A medic? Pretty sure it's dead already.
And that was weird. I wonder what that citizen was doing.
Something stupid because he's dead.
Yes.
So, do you, kind citizen, know why the Emperor of the entire Empire of Tamriel is here?
Oh, he's
And
doing a
not
visit.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
We've been preparing for this for months now. He's doing his visit today. And he's in his palace, dining. I hope nobody goes over there to stab him or poison him. But you didn't hear that from me.
Excuse me for a moment.
Halt.
Excuse me, that one over there, that one is talking about stabbing and poisoning the Emperor. I have no
we
idea.
totally hope that does not happen today. On his visit
Yeah,
to Skyrim and Solitude.
I also really hope it's not going to happen. It might just happen that he will be our boss in the near future, so be sure to keep him safe, okay?
We will keep him safe, don't worry.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much.
He like goes up to this guard. And, like from a distance you can see that he whispers something in his ear. What's Muriel doing?
I think this is a good idea to make perception rolls.
Petrovich, I haven't seen this many death flags and probably since Hunger's Game.
Does anyone do a perception roll?
Foreshadowing. Okay, I will do a perception roll. I think everyone should do a perception roll about right now.
I have a 10. That's going to matter.
Okay, then do it. You do it.
All right, nice.
Petrovic does not have good eyes.
Okay, nice. Oh, Stefan notices that all the guards seem to be carrying more than an unusual amount of vials on them, and that they're all looking everywhere, like, you know, they look like they're expecting someone.
Vials, and they expecting someone. What kind of vials do they have?
They're like small vials with like some green liquid inside of them.
Uh-huh. It's either a stamina potion.
Or poison.
Or poison.
You can go ask them what they are.
Boy, I cannot help but notice that you have a lot of those booters about, but most people that are armed are carrying around health potions, you know, for life expectancy reasons. Like, what are in those?
Oh,
Must be.
it's just colored water. Don't worry about it. You should totally not go into the Emperor's room and try to kill him or something. We totally wouldn't appreciate that.
Russia roll malign. Or deceive.
All right, fine. What skill level did I give Imperial Guards? It's deceive is an attractiveness skill, right?
Yep.
Yes.
74.
Looks like we buy it.
Huh.
Of course, no one would ever poison the Emperor with green vials. Silly me.
There's this guard who looks a bit, you know, more uneasy than the rest.
Wait, can you roll? Can you roll a perception check to see if you can see through that deception?
Oh yeah, sure, you can do that. But you wouldn't know that's a deception unless you had doubts about it.
Yep. Which, given that they've already asked a question about that, they kind of do.
All right, yeah, sure.
So you guys can roll. You guys can roll a check there.
Very well.
Yep.
All of you see
Right.
through the fucking lie.
Muriel did a critical.
Like, you don't believe it's at the degree of the guard knows that you don't believe it, and he's like, okay, listen.
Petrovich,
Come over
why
to me.
don't you go fetch the legate? I talk with
Come
you.
up to me. Come. Let me tell you.
Yep.
Kill the
Yeah.
Look, don't tell
Okay.
anyone.
bastard or incapacitate him.
Don't tell anyone. But we're expecting an assassin to come kill the Emperor. Okay.
Well, no shit. Someone just ran up with a dagger.
We don't know if that's the assassin, but like, we're expecting them, and what we have in these vials are like speed potions. They make us go faster, so we can like go catch them.
Oh, nice.
But
Okay,
don't tell
so
anyone,
that's
don't tell
legitimate. That's legitimately what's going on.
anyone. Yes.
Yep. All right.
I suspected as much. If there's anything you need, like 4 mercenaries for that are really, really good with hammers and such, let us know.
I'm gonna bring you over here. Alright, give me one moment. You've stuck around here for long enough. that you will get to see a scene. Right. So from
I mean,
the
I
main
could
gate,
engage
from the
in
main gate,
fisticuffs.
from the main gate come like a detachment of like Imperials, with like a legate in front of them, like leading them. They push Muriel out of the way and like they keep moving.
You know you can drag and...
Yes, I know. I'm just enlightening them. And they like move and they go through here and all that. Nobody asks them a single question. They just go. And then as soon as they're in the court, the guards just split off into different corners. All of them go into different corners, blocking pathways, and the like it goes inside. And you don't know what the legate goes inside for. But the next second, there's a town guard coming out shouting, "The Emperor's dead!"
The fuck?
And all of the guards that you previously... inside of the courtroom, inside of the courtyard, you just begin seeing fighting erupt. Like just fighting. Fighting starts.
Can you guys run in to try to potentially save the Emperor?
Like fighting starts, stuff like this happens. Like one of the guards shouts, "We've been expecting this!" as he runs. There's major clogging at the at the gate. So you can't quite get in.
I know how to do that.
And everyone gets pushed out of the way. Like into walls, into everything. And this guy gets cured on the corner. Like dies on the spot.
That was completely an accident. Everyone calm down. We have a medic. Perhaps the Emperor can be saved. I really hope he can be saved because he was about to be our boss.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm here with you guys.
The
So
guys
in that case,
fighting, the guys fighting just like stop, look at you, and they continue stabbing Imperial guards.
No way!
Like, they're fighting
Okay.
each other basically.
well, in that case, then I'm gonna run into the throne room.
They just push past them.
Yeah,
Right.
push past them. Is the Emperor? Yeah, where the heck is the? Yeah.
Ouch.
So, is this supposed to be the Emperor?
No, that's just an Imperial.
Okay.
You see this, and this guy, the Emperor, is slowly dying. He's on the floor.
Yeah.
He's unconscious.
Well, I've got three health potions. Guess what I'm going to do? Empty them all into his mouth.
I
Alright.
already have my mighty hammer of Talos and I'm running towards the legate.
Alright, what do you do to him?
Yeah. So
I'm
I
going-
empty 3 health potions into the Emperor's mouth. He's
I'm
probably
going
fine
to
at
kill
this point.
him in a way that he's going to skip his next life.
Alright. Roll me to hit.
$91.
Alright, roll me damage. Hold on, let me tell you what damage you got to do. Did I write it down? Yes, I did. 3d5 plus 2.
14.
14, now roll me a d40. Beat 20.
D40.
Yeah, d40.
Just flat.
Yeah, flat. And beat... Oh,
21, just about.
you hit his abdomen. And you see that his soul leaves his body and goes within your hammer as he limps onto the table dead.
You fucking get you piece of shit. You killed the Emperor. God damn it. That's what you get. You
And at
Yeah.
that point, the Emperor...
The Emperor begins coughing up. Like,
Yeah.
God, they didn't tell me this job would require me ingesting poison.
Oh, that's the thing. When I got there, I emptied the 3 healing potions that I had into his mouth.
Yeah,
So-
but like, he was poisoned by the legate.
Yeah, so
I
that's the point.
find
That
this
will
incredibly
Yeah.
reckless
Yeah, and he like
for
coughs
an
up.
emperor.
He coughs up.
he
Like,
coughs up the poison.
yeah, and like he stands up and says, "Who the hell are you people?"
Excuse me, I just have a criticism.
Mercenaries currently in your employ.
Well,
What?
hope to be in your employ.
Well, we accepted. We accepted the contract. So
Yeah.
we're working for the Imperial Army right now.
We were
Just
just
doing
talking with
the
General Tullius about our employment into your army. We are mercenaries.
What? I don't think you understand. I'm a decoy.
What?
I was sent
Shouldn't
here.
that
I was.
Shouldn't their perception check caught that?
You didn't do a perception check here.
Oh.
You did a perception check outside.
Wait, you're a decoy.
Yeah, I was sent here by the actual emperor to catch some like assassin organization.
Oh yeah, that's done. Okay.
They're
well,
dead.
have a good one.
Yep. We help out the Imperials out here,
Yeah,
killing the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty much
I-
all the traitors are pretty much dead at this point.
I think they have it.
Right. Do you guys know that one mission in Skyrim when you're sent to kill the emperor?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was it basically. And that guy, the decoy, was meant to die. But you just saved them.
Yep. Okay. Big whoop. How much do health potions cost?
I believe last time you bought any, they were 10 coin.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So
Those
I'm
must
buying
be
another
incredibly
another 30.
steep.
All right.
that's going to send a message, isn't it? Like they didn't even get to the real emperor, and their assassin got bonked into a hammer, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You notice that the hammer glows brighter now.
I find those
Anyway.
assassins quite reckless.
I don't understand this land whatsoever, but I love its gadgets.
Anyway, this is it for the time being. Hopefully you enjoyed the chapter 3.5 of how the Serbs got here.
Yep.
Yep.
There was a lot more diplomacy in this one.
Mhm.
And next time you're gonna go to Riften, yes?
Yeah.
And
Wait.
check
Oh.
out the.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
next
wanna
time we're
do
going-
you guys wanna capture Greymore or do you wanna go to Riften?
Yes. We want to capture Greymore and then go to Riften.
Okay. Because
It doesn't have to be in the same session, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would also
I'm
want to visit.
going to have Kath's character too in the meantime get to work on building a suitable bomb to basically remove a large chunk of the wall from Greymore.
I will also want to visit High Hrothgar, but Prasha, if you need any help with the dungeon draft, because I have basically finished with all the maps for Vampire Survivor, then
Oh,
I can help you out with that if you want to.
that's very kind of you, and I will surely ask for your help in the future if I need it.
But yeah, it seems like my character is getting ready to pull do what I've been doing in medieval stasis too.
Yeah. Anyway,
Just advancing the technology level and making money off of that.
I plan. Okay, a little bit of insight on what I plan for Serbs. I plan on putting it on pause after the 5th chapter. Like doing something that Git did. Basically, putting it on pause, fixing it.
Yep.
Like putting it on pause, like season 1. This was season 1 and all that.
Yeah.
Like starting a different campaign, which I've already a bit like planned for, but I didn't want to plan too much, so I didn't want to lose excitement for this.
Yeah.
I want to like
What campaign are you planning on doing next?
Let me get the name of it. I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? Hold on, 1 second. 1 moment, please. It was near the middle of my notebook.
Anyway, since it's over, I must go momentarily, and I unfortunately closed down the program. I'm sorry about it. I
no
can
problem. No problem.
It's fine.
It was over.
Okay,
done.
so I'll be going. See you guys around.
Take care.
I had two ideas for D&D campaigns. Basically, one called Heroes of New Prussia, which was something I thought of as basically a diplomacy campaign, in which you're either diplomats or like military generals, and you help the state of Prussia, a new state. Think of like Rattenreich in a way. That's how it got founded. And basically, in between sessions, the world changes a little bit based on your actions done in the said session.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty cool campaign. What else are you thinking about?
And the other one that I had in mind was Dungeon Masters, which is basically a dungeon crawler, basically, that is just classical D&D style stuff with guns and stuff. Think of the Gungeon, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
That was my second idea. So I plan on like doing those as some short campaigns, while so I don't burn myself out with servs.
No, I've got an idea for a campaign, basically, rather than the Civil War campaign, which I was thinking about. Just maybe I'll do that once I have a lot more experience, but I'd want experience before I do something like that.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to do basically a Pirates of the Caribbean campaign, or rather, Pirates in the Caribbean.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, once as soon as the naval rules are released.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah.
So after the 5th chapter, you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put this on pause for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Season 1 and gonna start a new campaign.
Speaking of which, I'm really looking forward to season 2 of whatchamacallit,
Yids?
57?
Yeah, the 57th.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
52nd.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it after we finish up with his current one, Vampires.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where everyone dies. Except last time.
Dies a horrible death, and I still gotta do the animation.
How long is that set to last?
I have no idea.